Stephen Sexton lives in Belfast, comes and appeared in Poetry Ireland, Poetry London, Best British Poetry 2015. His pamphlet Chatbook Oils was published by the Emma Press in 2014 and was the Poetry Book Society choice for winter that year. Please welcome Stephen Sexton.
Hello, it's a pleasure to be here. I'm going to read 4 poems. Anniversary. The giddy cathedral swooned. The night had been unremarkable for being remarkable, and was much like 1916, and mostly unlike the Titanic. It would have been her 25th birthday, he said, of the older sister he always felt had been his shadow, who appeared in dreams as a porch light in the mist, an igloo once as the breastplate and harness of Dolph Lundgren as He-Man. The bars were closing. Young men sallied in the streets like riderless horses. She never had a name, he said, so he thought of one. The avenue he lived on then reeled around a gigantic horse chestnut tree, and the pavement was lousy with conkers and suitcases. He said, you know, everything in the world either is or isn't that tree. Standing at the wrought iron railings, we recognized a man we'd never seen before. His distressed leather doctor's bag was handsome, and he opened it. And this poem is I guess about that very particular locked room mystery, which I'm sure a lot of you know, but it's about the one. Explains it a little bit, but I mean, ice is involved. You know, a guy manages to hang himself from an impossible position, and the only evidence for that is there's this little pool of water. So it's that, except set in a bowling alley. That would energize it. My second favourite locked room mystery. Since I started working at the bowling alley, I think about it all the time. In his barn, from a high rafter or crossbeam, a man has hanged himself with no ladder or platform to get him there. Nothing suspicious, save a patch of damp on the straw-strewn dirt floor. Cheryl, on the other hand, is really into tarot. When the soda fountain's not so busy, she shuffles up my destiny, and every time she seems to draw the lovers. Think about it, she winks, and flashes the braces in her smile, and the pin setters chew like beautiful mouths. Thinking about the future always makes me so thirsty. So while Cheryl sorts out pin jams and inventories the shoes, I slurp a Coke with plenty of chipped ice, and before long my head is full of icemen and their cold chariots, horse-drawn ice ploughs, the lakes of Massachusetts. When she's fed up with kismet, Cheryl lets me build little card castles, and I sometimes think I could marry her some hot day in the summer, an ice sculpture of a bowling pin undoing itself into a puddle of water at the highest of June. And I think of his horses. What were their names? This poem is about something that's very close to my heart and hope is very close to your hearts. That is the 1991 video game Street Fighter II. Specifically Street Fighter II Turbo, for any of you who are interested. I first found an arcade machine of this in the Isle of Man some time ago, and never wanted to leave that place. I've made myself stay there. Yeah, there's nothing, you know, it's a fighting game, but you know, I hope you don't need to know very much about Street Fighter 2. Anyway, Street Fighter 2. The Laxey water whale, or Lady Isabella, shoots the breeze with the tailless cats that linger by the silver mine. Who knows what they're thinking? I'm in a dim basement arcade in Douglas, palming 10-pence pieces into Ryu's disciplined and storied fists. So, to a village of sedge and cinchona on the Brazilian Amazon, where an anaconda coils a mahogany tree. So, to a sumo dojo there in Honshu, where the sun happens perpetually to rise near the symmetrical peak of Fuji. So to the cascade of salt that is the promenade, where I see, for the first and last time, by dint of gin and tonics, my mother drunk. Here I do a great impression of an 8-year-old about to fall into the sea. In those days, the sun still swung east to west, and don't doubt for a second the moon looked almost exactly like it does to you now, like melted bone, like something's severed limb. In the Air Force Base at Langley, an F-16 has dipped its beak in the oil fires of Kuwait, and his Major Guile and his flash kick I just can't seem to beat. He's more leg than man, more man than pixel. Had I seen then the black mirage of the future, I might have thought, wouldn't it be fine to climb into the machine and carry on, like the automated Turk, going down, down, forward, forward. Had my life glitched just then, I might have swapped my bones for PCBs and said, bring your shining pockets to my island, I'm pretty good. I'll read one more poem. When I was in court last year, because I was doing jury service, I did my duty, and the guy did it, so we said he did it. And a couple of weeks later, I was out watching some atrocious rock band, and who did I believe I saw on lead guitar but him? And I don't know if I was mistaken, because I got so terrified that I just walked away. So maybe, who knows, justice, whatever. This is sort of about that and then something else. Thank you. Such a local band. The loft is made beautiful with views of the city, in spite of the disco ball blending any light from the protest of wedding rings to frets on that Telecaster he's tuning, or else reshuffling the watch on his wrist. The loft is clear as a room of clear liquid, so the band starts chopping away, which is the style, and awful, where his business hand ripples with tendons, a tribal tattoo, knuckles reddening spinels, which I have studied before for hours on end, in photographs, in a jury room peopled with opinions on what the hand gripped, and what of conspiracy. And in these spotlights, which too are a little gauche, it asks me once more to aver, or not to. And it bends a note beyond all reasonable doubt, and all hands off stage come together, all friends and family. Cheers, this one's Freebird. And I can't think about that any longer. And there's these two women talking epidurals, and the unborn child kicking almost every day. Like a fish, I think, like a fairground koi in a pouch of water, swimming to be introduced to its own name, to shake the hand of its own name, to yet say, it's a pleasure to finally meet you. Thank you.